This video is unofficially sponsored by Matt's House of Paint, where you too can be a walking work of art. There'll be a link in the description to his Etsy and Instagram if you're interested in checking out his phenomenal apparel. It's finally complete! Flying machine battles have finally been automated in my channel's very first mega build, with two different types of slime block robot battle arenas. The main arena is the first of its kind to take out all of the nonsense of flying machine battles. You don't even need to know how to build a robot anymore to have a robot battle with your friends. You just need to know how to pilot the machine you choose to battle with. And in the second version, the competitive arena, you can even load in your very own robots that you've created and battle your friends with those instead. But real quick, if you haven't already, I encourage you to subscribe and tap the bell icon to be the first to see new videos when they're uploaded, including some upcoming competitive robot battles from the end of the second Slime Block Robot Tournament wrapping up here soon. You can even support the channel now by hitting the join button or becoming a patron over on my Patreon, where I give crazy spoilers on the upcoming War of the Machines Volume 3, including character profiles and pages of the actual script. Either way, you get your name in every video I upload if you join at any level on either platform, and if you join at the Ender tier or above, you'll have access to every world download right away, sometimes even before the videos drop, just to help me test builds. Plus some other awesome perks as well. This all goes towards the channel and helping keep content consistent year-round. Thank you to everyone and your continued support of the channel over the years. Links to my Patreon, Instagram, and Twitter can be found in the description. You can also find the world download for the main arena in the description as well. But if we can get this video to 1,000 likes, I'll put up the world downloads in the description for both the competitive arena and the Omega arena, which is the main arena plus 50 of my robots saved into structure blocks for use however you wish. So don't forget to like the video if you really enjoy it as well. But there are two versions of the arena for two different types of Minecraft battler. For anyone who has ever wanted to do PvP battles with flying machine robots, but just can't figure out how to even build a robot in the first place, let alone attaching weapons to it for combat, then the main arena is for you. The main arena has 4 preloaded fields to battle on that are cycled through by pressing the green field button on your button hub, located in the glass box on the side of the arena with the sword. Every time you press the green button, it will cycle to one of the 4 fields loaded into hundreds of structure blocks and piston feed tapes beneath the arena, each with their own obstacles to overcome while battling. The first field up in the cycle is blank for all-out war with no obstacles standing in your way. The Blade Grave field is the second in the cycle, which was inspired by Kingdom Hearts and features a skyscraper build from Weiderdude. The third field is called the Fires of Elysium, which is a post-apocalyptic wasteland with fallen skyscrapers built by the Elysium Fire build team, just retextured to help everything stand out more. And the final field is the Oasis, inspired by Trixie Blocks in his video where he built an insane Egyptian pyramid out of black stone and gold. All of these videos and channels can be found in the description, but definitely let me know your favorite field in the comments below. After you've chosen what field to fight on, your next step is choosing which flying machine robot you'd like to pilot of the 6 selections preloaded into the arena by pressing either the blue button to load a robot on the left side of the field or the red button to load a robot on the right side of the field, which is also a part of the button hub. If you don't want to use that robot that spawns in, you just hit the same button again to cycle to the next robot in the piston feed tape below. The robots preloaded into the arena are the Ender, the Dragoon, the Angel of Death, Cube Hamster's Colossus, the Special Edition Angel of Defense as seen in the War of the Machines Volume 3 trailer, or you can even choose the Ark, the big old pirate ship I built forever ago. I'll also show everyone how to use the preloaded machines here at the end of the video, except the Angel of Death, which has its own link to its own video in the description. Finally, once you've chosen your field and you've chosen your flying machine of choice, you're able to press the black buttons located on the ends of your button hub. This will remove all of the obsidian used to stop the robots from updating after being spawned in with the structure blocks, and place in all of your robots' entities as well, if any, such as the ghasts in the Ark and the TNT minecarts on Cube Hamster's Colossus. Obviously, the last step would be getting whatever materials you may need in battle for your machine after watching the how to use portion of this video. But once you've done that, there is a command block on both sides of your button hub that will place any player into survival who presses them. Then, after getting to the start point in your robot, you're ready for battle, which can be started by just counting down in the chat. When the battle is over, you can either cycle to the next field with the green field button to clear everything away, or you can hit the white field clear button above the command chair, which will also kill minecart and mob entities while clearing away debris and leftovers from the last battle. But the real purpose of the main arena is to help those players out there that have always wanted to battle with actual slime block robots but just felt discouraged due to the process involved, by taking out all of the nitty-gritty building and testing and just throwing you right into battle after only pressing a few buttons. And again, if you'd like to battle or check out the main arena yourself, there's a world download in the description. But don't forget to like this video to help get the competitive and Omega Arena world downloads as well. Now, if you're like me, more the competitive type, have a pretty good understanding of slimestone machines, and have built your own flying machines or weapons that you'd like to try out in combat, then the competitive arena is exactly what you're looking for. With a completely new take on Binary's original slime block robot tournament field, you can now choose to battle in any of the three tiers: 16 by 16 by 16, 24 by 24 by 24, or the official slime block robot tournament 64 by 64 by 64. This may be the only field in the competitive arena, but it has the ability to save and continuously load in up to 360 flying machines without needing to load and paste in the schematics each and every time you want to battle. I did this by using red coders with lecterns and structure blocks, then saving those red coders into more structure blocks for ease of access on the field. When you press the button to spawn in a loader, they are all numbered and color coordinated so you can find your robot easily. I'll go over how to save robots into the competitive arena here in a moment as well. But long story short, once you spawn in your machine, there is a button to take out the immovable blocks and then put yourself into survival so you're ready for battle. After battle, by hitting the white field clear button above the command chair, the competitive field returns to normal and any buttons for loaders that may have been destroyed are regenerated as well. Just to give a frame of reference to everyone, here's what the field looks like with all of the bounding boxes shown on all of the structure blocks that clear away the debris. This was a nightmare to try and put together. Some flaws are that both arenas' fields are comprised of structure blocks, so you can't build these amazing creations in survival. I know it sounds crazy, but I'm sure there are people out there that would build this on their server. I mean, I definitely would if I could. But the last flaw I could think of is lag. If you have Optifine or any mod that helps with boosting frame rates, those are always recommended as well. I've also gone ahead and given the competitive arena a roof to prevent light updates from lagging everything as well, which is a mega improvement. You just need to give yourself night vision or turn your game's gamma settings up to about 20 in the options text file located in the world's save folder. For more info on the official rules, or to stay up to date when robot battles are happening so you can also be a part of the action, I encourage you to check out the description for the link to join me and all of the absolutely amazing Slimestone engineers over on the official SBRT Discord, where everyone is constantly coming up with insane ideas for new robot battles and events. Nothing official has been set yet, but I will be looking to host my very own 1v1 and 2v2 robot battles, hopefully another slime block robot tournament sometime later in the future, as well as Robo Olympics, where we put slime block robots through various triathlons to see who is the very best in categories like speed, damage dealt, design, and features. You definitely won't want to miss any of that. Alright, first up in the arena, the main arena, we're going to go ahead and show you how to use the Ender. All you have to do is remove the redstone torch above the diamond block against that slime block right here, and the entirety of the machine will move forward. And as you can see here, of course, it's just the same as Cube Hamster's Atlas mech back in the day, or my Ultima Ghast cannon. If you replace the redstone torch on that slime block, the machine will come to a halt. Next up, what we have is the TNT cannon. If you put a piece of TNT against this sticky piston right here, as you can see, it will fire it off from the redstone block. Some TNT may fire backwards, but that's okay. It's not going to destroy your machine at all. And lastly is Alex used Juggernaut 2.0 missile. We'll place a slime block against this upward facing sticky piston to launch it off, and then once it's out of the way we can remove the slime block. So the most materials that you'll need for this build are just several TNT, and then of course just a couple slime block to fire that missile. Next up is the Velocicus Dragoon. Once you've worked your way into the machine, all you want to do is just locate this redstone torch right here where I just landed. Once you remove this redstone torch, all of the machine will start to move forward, and then you're ready for combat. It's just like the Ender, just like Cube Hamster's Atlas Mech or my Ultima Ghast Cannon here. Once you actually replace the redstone torch that we just removed, your machine will come to a halt. Now next up, in order to use the machine has to be in motion. So we're going to go ahead and remove the redstone torch, and I'm going to come up this way. We're actually going to go ahead and maneuver ourselves to this point, and I'm going to grab some TNT, and all you have to do is just place it against this slime block here. The redstone block, of course, will ignite the TNT, and this works on both sides. And as you can see, it'll be a long-range TNT cannon that'll fire off everything there. Also as well, the other weapon is 2 missiles on its hands, and you'll want a redstone block, and you can just place that redstone block right here, and it will fire off, and it will actually go faster than the machine, so you don't have anything to worry about. But to stop the machine again after you've fought or did your battling, you can just replace the redstone torch. So all you'll really need for this machine is a ton of TNT, obviously redstone torches, and a couple redstone blocks. Next up is the Angel of Death, probably everyone's favorite mech on the channel. This machine is a stationary fighter. Reason being is because once you place a button on the observer, that moves the entirety of the machine forward. As you can see, I'm on a lower operating system, so I fell out. This machine is best battled with by keeping still. Don't try to move it forward or anything like that. But of course, if you want a full description on how to use every weapon on this machine, there will be a link in the description to the Angel of Death's original video. All the materials that you'll need, of course, will also be in there as well. Next up is Cube Hamster's Colossus, the most recognizable build in the arena. I'm sure everybody and their sister is going to want to be playing with this robot here. Definitely one of my favorites by far of Cube Hamster. If you haven't seen it before, there will be a link in the description to his original video. To actually pilot this machine, you want to come up to this area here, and then what we're going to do is hop onto this sticky piston facing the redstone block, grab a fire charge or flint and steel, and then all we'll do is ignite this netherrack here, and the whole machine will start to move forward. To stop the machine, once that piece of netherrack actually moves forward, you can ignite it again, and the whole machine will stop, and of course netherrack stays lit. Now to fire the weapons, first up's the TNT minecart cannon. You'll place a button on the back of this sticky piston here, it'll fire them off. Make sure to remove that button to reset the mechanism itself. Same thing on the other side. You can go ahead and place a button and remove it to reset that little piece there. Right here, we'll place a button on the back of this sticky piston, and there's a timed bomber on this side. So that'll release the first piece. When you remove the button, the second piece of that timed bomber will be released as well. And then when these pieces actually catch up to one another, they'll release a ton of TNT minecarts onto your opponent, and the machine itself will blow up in mid-air just to get rid of the debris so you can keep moving past it. Coming back into the machine here, there is weapons on the other side. We're going to go ahead and place another button on the back of the sticky pistons right here on this side, and that's going to release 1 tomahawk missile. And if you remove the button, that'll release a second tomahawk missile to blow up your enemy there. So basically all the materials that you really need are going to be a flint and steel, a ton of fire charges, TNT, of course, the TNT minecarts, sorry. And then from there, just buttons, lots and lots of buttons, just to make sure you can ignite those. Now the buttons though, you want to make sure are placed on the back of those sticky pistons. If they're not placed on the back of the sticky pistons, you'll cause an update that will not be able to reset the Colossus, and it can break the machine. But to reload the TNT minecart cannons, all you'll do is just place as many TNT minecarts on these rails here, and it's the exact same on the other side. And then of course, as you can see, once you place that button on the back of the sticky piston, it will release them. But once you go ahead and smother that fire there, the machine itself will keep moving again. Next up, we have the Angel of Defense from the War of the Machines Volume 3 trailer. This machine here is piloted the same way as the Angel of Death, but this one will have a lodestone in there, so you can go ahead and walk, and there will be an immovable block to stop the machine. The whole shield is also launchable. All you have to do is just place a button on the side of the sticky piston right next to that redstone block right there, as you saw, and the entirety of the shield will take off. Next up as well, from the inside of the cockpit, you can actually move down this way. We want to actually go towards the legs because the legs are launchable. That was an accident, didn't mean to break that redstone block, but we're going to break that top redstone block, this netherite block, and then release the leg with that redstone block as well. Now you can do this with both of the legs, but the Angel of Defense itself has no exploding pieces. It's just meant to defend itself against all of the attacks. And lastly, we have the Ark, the actual flying machine pirate ship that I built over 5 years ago now. Crazy how old this machine already is. But to pilot this machine, what you'll want to do is you'll come up into this area here and find this sea lantern, and you'll stand right in front of it. Next, you want to grab a slime block, and then we're just going to go ahead and place the slime block on top of this sticky piston here, and then break the slime block, and the entirety of the machine will move forward. And it's super easy to stop as well. All you have to do is, once the machine moves forward one block, you just place that slime block back, and it will stop. Go ahead and remove it, and the machine will keep going again. Extremely easy to use, very, very user-friendly. Next up, the Ark has 3 gassed turrets on the bottom. In order to actually use these ghasts here, they're not just going to fire off on their own. What you're going to want to do is come up to this block right here, stand here in survival, and then every time the ghast fires off, you're just going to be going ahead and hitting the left click button. Obviously it's a hit. That'll go ahead and send these fireballs off in the direction of the other robot that you're battling. And here's like a third-person perspective here as well, so you can actually see what I'm doing. All you're really doing is waiting for the gas to make its sound, and then you just spam click the left click button to make sure that the fireball is fired off. It's super easy, very, very easy to do. Alright, first thing for anybody that has already used structure blocks and knows it all, these are just some guidelines to go off of. You want to either choose 16s or 24s for your robot, the size. You want to center your robot in the bounding box, which has a 2-block center. If there's only a 1-block center for your robot, you'll have to pick a side. Make sure the front of your robot touches the front of the bounding box, and then save 2 separate ones, one facing east, one facing west. To find out which way your robot is facing, face the same way that your robot is facing, and hit F3. Once you've done that, you can see here that my robot is facing east, so we'll go ahead and save this one. What we'll do first is place in obsidian. You want to use obsidian because the command blocks will only get rid of obsidian. I don't do furnaces. And you want to put obsidian anywhere where you think the machine could update when it's spawned in. So I'm going to just go ahead and put obsidian around here just in case, even though I don't think that the legs will have any issues. Now, as for what to look for to place obsidian in, it'd be these 2 areas. Obviously, when an observer is placed in, spawned in by a structure block, it's going to update just like that, so we're going to want to block that off. And then anything that looks or is butted by a redstone block as well. So obviously, very simple. All you gotta do, just place obsidian like so. Use obsidian. That's because the command blocks in the arena will get rid of all of obsidian, but not furnaces or anything. So make sure to use obsidian. All right, next up, we're going to find the 2-block center of the robot. If your robot has a 1-block center, you kind of just got to pick one side and go with it. Starting here, I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 blocks this way. And then starting from that, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 blocks this way, and a structure block and down in the corner in the ground. This whole string of blocks right here is 16 blocks long. And as you can see, the tank is all the way up against the front of it. What we're going to do here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, and then starting again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, and then we're going to put another structure block off the back corner of that last 16. Now we're going to go ahead and get rid of these temporary blocks too. All right, now once we have done that, we're going to go ahead and open up the structure block, and we're going to go to corner. You can see here. Now I'm going to name the bunny tank just bunny tank, but I'm going to put an E at the end for east, since we know our robot is facing east. And now once you've already done that, you can go ahead and just hit done, and then we're going to go back down to the other structure block here, the first one we put in. Opening this structure block up, we want to go to save, which is just the first one in. We can go ahead and type in the same bunny tank E, E for east obviously, and then you want to go ahead and include the entities and then hit detect. What that's going to do is put a little bounding box across your robot so you can see that everything is good to go, and the robot is right up against the front of the bounding box. Also, you can make sure that your robot is all good, that everything's perfect by all three of these numbers being 16, and then you can go ahead and save your machine. Alright, so now we're going to go over to a brand new location with a brand new structure block, place it into the ground, and then we're going to go to load, which is the second tab, and we're going to type in bunny tank E, the same exact structure that we just saved. Then we want to make sure that we include the entities and turn it 180 degrees. Once you've done that, you can go ahead and hit load, and then hit load again. Now this will put it in facing west, and what we want to go ahead and do is now save this brand new bot in a west facing structure. This is just way more easier than, you know, flipping it 180 degrees in the arena, because that would have been far more confusing trying to save all that in and do all the numbers and whatnot. As you can see, what I'm doing here is just placing in the structure blocks right along the edge on the outside again of our bounding box. Makes it much easier. We want to go to corner on this one, and what we're going to go ahead and do is type in bunny tank W this time for west, and hit done. Then we're going to go ahead and place the same exact name into this structure block down here, into save, of course, bunny tank west. And we're going to make sure that our entities are checked, and then we're going to hit detect. Now to make sure that this is being detected properly, we're going to go ahead and get rid of the original loaded structure block. And as you can see, everything looks the exact same, which is exactly what we want. From here, what you can go ahead and do is just save it on up. Once you have it saved, you can go ahead and hit your Windows key to get you back to the desktop and out of Minecraft. We're going to click on this little search bar and type in %appdata%, and then we're going to go ahead and open this folder. Once this folder is open, we want to go to .minecraft. And then we want to open our saves folder. Now we're going to find the Jackrabbit and Bunny Tank folder, the save folder for that world. Here it is. Open it up, then we want to go to Generated, Minecraft, Structures. And then in there, you'll be able to see that the east facing and the west facing Bunny Tank structures, you can go ahead and copy those. Once those are copies, we're going to go back to the saves folder. And then we're going to find the competitive arena. It is right here. Same thing, we're going to go into Generated Minecraft Structures, and then we're going to click off to the side here, and we're going to paste in those bunny tanks. Perfect. Once you have those in here, you can go ahead and actually close this out. Cool. Now you can jump right back into Minecraft. Once back into Minecraft, we're going to locate these areas in the competitive arena. And coming on in here, if you step on this pressure plate, it will open the wall up for you. And everything seen in here is the memory bank for the arena. Everything on the bottom is for the 16s and 24s, doesn't matter where you save it, you can choose either one. And the top ones are going to be for the 64s, the big machines. But we're going to start off with the smaller ones. And as you can also see, both sides have the same amount of memory bank storage, which is pretty intense. Alright, so what we're going to want to go ahead and do is just pick any one of the memory banks. I'm going to go ahead and go with this purple one, number 3. What we can go ahead and do is come all the way up here to where these structure blocks are, and we're just going to pick a random structure block. We'll go with 6. Once that's open, you want to go ahead to the load tab, and then type in your robot's name here. And we're going to do the Bunny Tank East. I'm going to put in E at the end right here. The reason I'm doing that is because on this sign you can see facing east. You want to make sure that this is your east facing robot. These are your 16s and 24s. Since this is a 16s bot, we want to put those numbers into this position, which the first number is -6, the second number is -2 on the sign, and then the last number on the sign is 16. Once you have that, you want to make sure that your entities are on, and then the bounding box is off. And then you'll just hit done. You do not want to hit load. And we're going to go back to the front of the memory cell here, and then we're going to go ahead and take the book. Now we're going to go ahead and we can just open up the book, and we want to go to page 6, which of course 6 for the 6th structure block. Go ahead and erase all that, and I'm going to type in Bunny Tank. Go. Then you want to hit done and put the book back. And now we can actually switch over to the bunny tank page, and then we hit done. We can see that the 6th target block is up, but you want to make sure to save this entire thing on save 1. Next, what we're going to go ahead and do is find the corresponding purple block to the loader. Then we're going to click on the structure block, hit detect. That's going to detect everything so we can save it, and then we just saved this entire loader all at once. Next up, I'm going to head out this way by crossing over this pressure plate. What that's going to do is close this wall behind me, and then we're going to go ahead and locate this loader right here. This loader is for the 16s and the 24s for the structure blocks. That loader over there is for the 64s, but we're just going to be going ahead and using for the 16s for this one. So we're going to come over to this loader, and then we used the 3rd one, which is the purple. So we want 1, 2, and 3. Because if you remember, that banner right here has a 3 on it. And as you can see, this is the purple loader. So all we have to do is go over here to the bunny tank, hit done, and then we're going to hit the purple button. That's going to go ahead and load in the machine. If we hit the obsidian button, that'll take out the obsidian, of course. And then all we have to do after that is go and hit the bedrock button, and that'll put us into survival. Then we hit the other bedrock button, and that's going to go ahead and take out the loader. The book will drop here, but the book stays in your memory cell as well, so that's all right. But from this point, you are ready to battle. And as you can see, the entire bunny tank structure has been loaded between where it needs to be. These blue command blocks to these ones and to those ones are where it was located. And as you can see, it was perfect. Now I'm also going to go ahead and show you how to do the other side. Very simply, we're going to go over to the other side, open it up. I'm just going to pick a random memory cell here. I'm going to choose this one, and I'm going to go for the 7th slot in there. What I'm going to do is go to load, and then what we want to do is type in bunny tank W, which is exactly what we saved for our west facing one. As you can see here, facing west. What we want to do is go ahead and put in those 16s numbers right here. As you can see, we have a -8 for the first number, then a -2, and then the last one is a negative, it's going to be a +16. Then we just want to make sure our entities are on, and then we turn off the bounding box, hit done. From there, we're going to go all the way back to the front area here, and we're going to go ahead and find the book, take the book. Now we're going to go ahead and put the name of our machine into the 7th empty save, which is this one here. You can delete all of this. Go ahead and type in bunny tank again, just because it's the same robot. And then I'm going to hit done. Do not hit sign. From there, place the book back. We can get the book out of our inventory as well. From there, you want to find the corresponding yellow block to the yellow loader here. Find the structure block, just hit detect. It's right next to it. And then you hit save right after that. Coming out, go over the right pressure plate to close the wall behind us, and then we can go to our loader area, which is this one right here. As you can see, the the button pad is on the other side. And then again, we're going to go in 1, 2, and 3, since that's where our 3rd one was. We can go up, and we can actually see that the structure block is different from all the rest. We can go into the book, we can go to 7, which is the bunny tank. And then we can see that the 7th target block is the one that has been extended. Then we can go ahead and hit the yellow button. That's going to load in our machine instantly. And you can also even see here that it lines up with our 2-block center, how we had positioned it before in the other world. But once you've done that, you can hit the obsidian button, take out the obsidian, bedrock button to put yourself into survival. And then we want to hit the polished blackstone bedrock button to take out the loader. So to save a big, humongous 64 by 64 by 64 creation here, what you're going to want to have to do is split up your structure blocks into 32 by 32 by 32 pieces, which will give you 8 total structure blocks. It's actually very easy to save them as well. You just want to make sure that all of the places that could update are blocked off by obsidian. You want to use obsidian because that's what the arena will get rid of. On top of that as well, while you're saving the machine, looking at it from the front, obviously your machine's either facing east or west, doesn't matter which angle, but looking at it from the front, you want to go ahead and save the machine as so. You want to save this area as 1, this one is 2, this one is 3, this one is 4, and then of course on the bottom of the machine here, I can come over this way, you want to save this one 5, the one on the other side is 6, this segment is 7, and then that segment is 8. The reason for this is when you're actually loading in a machine, Go ahead and load in Galactus 1 here. You can only move the machine 48 blocks outside of the structure block area. So if I was to change this to 48, hit done, it's going to log in that 48. But if I go ahead and maybe change that to say 50 and then hit done, it's just going to change it back to 48. So you can only move it 48 blocks away. So the position is prepared 48 blocks above here, and then of course whichever direction. Now the reason that this is important is because when you actually load in the loaders to load in a 64 by 64 by 64 machine, the structure blocks all the way out here on this side, if I can go ahead and actually find the Galactus one, is going to be very far away. Let me see, let's do this one. So we have like -41 on this one, how far away it is. This one has 47, which is just 1 block away from being outside of it. So yeah, that's the main reason for that. But how to actually save Galactus in there, of course. We'll go ahead and we'll go over to this door. We're going to come in right here, and that's going to go ahead and reveal the inside, which has all of your loaders, in which obviously you saved Galactus, or your 64 machine, you saved it into 8 different structure blocks. So this will give you exactly where you want to put them. That is exactly why I've numbered them the way that I do, and I've shown you how you want to save it that specific way, is because all you have to do is just take that first one, like let's say Galactus east facing 1, and then you just find this 1, and then you just find one that's going to work there for you. And then you can actually save it into there by just going to load, Galactus East 1, and then you just hit done. Once that's in there and you've done that for all of them, so obviously for 2, what you'll do is you'll find 2, and you'll do the same exact thing coming over this way. Go to this one, go to load, and you want Galactus East 2, or whichever you're going to be saving your robot as. You just hit done, and then of course you do that repeatedly for all 8 structure blocks. But what you want to make sure of course as well is that you put this number in. So to save it right here, since we have Galactus East 1, we want to make sure this first one is -41, since that's what it says here. This second one here is 25, and then the last one is 45. And that, of course, will ensure that Galactus is, or your 64 by 64 by 64 machine is loaded in properly and not at some like big giant mess, if that makes sense. Now, once you have your machine in the loaders and it's all perfectly loaded up just like so, and you have them all in the correct area with these exact digits put in on each of the structure blocks here, they'll have individual numbers that you have to use. Once you've done that, you want to go ahead and save the entire loader on its own. How you can do that is very simple. What you want to go ahead and first do is obviously take the book, put the name of your machine into whatever page you've saved it on. So obviously I would be saving mine on page 15. It says it right here, 15-1, 14-1, and it has of course your 15-3 for exactly which structure block that you need to put it into to make sure it loads correctly. Once you've put your machine's name into this lectern here and you've replaced the book, all you want to do is you'll come down this way, make sure that this is memory file 1, just of course how it has a 1 right there. You'll go ahead and you'll hit detect. That's going to go ahead and detect it. Now right here, you want to make sure that you can see it's 1 block off just right there. What you want to go ahead and do is just make sure this is 15. Hit done, and then that's going to fix that. And then you just hit save, and that's going to go ahead and save that memory file. So then you can come back out this way, close the door up behind you, and then once you come over this way and actually load in the loader, it will be perfectly saved with the machine that you loaded in. As you can see here, these last structure blocks are all good to go. Of course, once you've put all of those structure blocks into the correct area on the loader, you'll come to whichever loader it was that you saved it under. This one, for me, it was just number 1. Then you want to go ahead and go up to the lectern here. We're going to go all the way to 15. And as soon as we have that, this one's going to be Galactus, of course. Then all we have to do is just hit this button here, and it's going to go ahead and load in the entirety of Galactus. As you can see, it's going to take just a moment to load in. But once you've done that, you can actually come down this way again, and you want to hit the obsidian button. It's going to go ahead and wipe out all the obsidian in the build real nice and quick. And then all you do is just hit this, put yourself into survival, and then you can actually get rid of the entire loader by just hitting the bedrock button. And here's just a very quick graphic for anyone that already knows how to use structure blocks, everything like that, and kind of already gets the gist. What you want to do, obviously, is just go by this structure here. This is the bottom of the machine, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And then, of course, this would be the top of the machine for 1, 2, 3, and 4. You just want to make sure that your robot is facing east or west or both. So we're going to go ahead and move all of those structures that we just saved in the Galactus Ultima world into the competitive arena. It's very easy. All you'll have to do is just hit right here, and then we're going to go ahead and type in %appdata%. And then once you've done that, it's going to go ahead and load up this file folder here. You can go ahead and just click on that to open it up. I'm going to go ahead to .minecraft. We're going to go to saves. And what we want to do is go ahead and find where we saved the machine, which is the Galactus Ultima world, which should be this one right here. Go into it. We're going to go to generated, Minecraft, structures. Once we've done that, you can see here that I've saved it both facing east and facing west. So we're going to go ahead and grab all of the GE1 through 8 and the GW1 through 8, which is literally just Galactus East 1 through 8 and Galactus West 1 through 8. Once you've selected all of those, you can go ahead and right click, and then you want to hit copy. And then we're going to go back to the saves folder. Once here, we're going to go ahead and find the competitive arena, wherever it is that you have yours. Oh, past mine. I have way too many saves. Here we are. We're going to find the competitive arena, whichever one that you saved there. Then we're going to go into generated, Minecraft, structures, and then all we have to do is just paste those in. Obviously, I've already pasted mine in, so we're going to replace all the files in the destination just so you can see that it's still the same robot. But once you do that, you can go ahead and fire Minecraft back up. But that is going to do it for this absolutely absurd video. This video took just over 9 months to build the multiple arenas and to make sure the video was as perfect as I could get it. So I definitely encourage you to like this video if you enjoyed it, to help hit the 1,000 like goal to get all of the world downloads for all of the different versions of the arena in the description. As well, don't forget to subscribe for the robot battles coming up, which you can follow me on Instagram and Twitter for more updates on. If you want to support the channel and get some amazing perks along the way, you can hit the join button or join me over on Patreon to help the channel grow even faster and help content stay consistent year-round. As well, don't forget to check out all of the amazing links in the description that helped make this video possible. Thank you all so much for watching. Next video coming soon. I'll see you then. Oof, the relief that is washing over me right now at the fact that this whole project is finally done is unreal. This took forever and then some. Thank you to everyone who made it this far. Robot battles are up next. I'm so excited.